So how I start to is I offer my hand through the screen to you, and you can offer yours to me. And I
Mhm.
invite the guides in, all who are here ready to support us in our synergistic experience and what we're bringing to the world right now. Ooh. We are going to be enlightening people surrounding the dragons, surrounding light language and what it offers to us in our lives, the powers that are deep within us, and how we can work together to become a free, wow, okay, that's interesting phrasing, a free, bright nation. All
Mm.
right. This is what's happening today. Okay. Do you have anything else to add to that, Seth?
uh, I saw exactly what you were when you were saying that. I saw everything. It's beautiful. I saw a lot of dragons, which is very. Haven't had as many dragons as you would think
Hmm.
this week, but that's why they say a bright nation, because they are all one, but also they embody the fire element along with many others, and they are very bright with all their energy that they give off.
Let's talk a little bit about light language and what the
Okay.
benefit is for us, because people were like, well, so what if there's light language? So what? What's it all about?
Yeah. Um. So before before I got into all of this, I didn't have the best view of light language. I thought it was very random. Light language can have many different outlooks and things that it's used for. The biggest one is more so a part of connecting. I say it is very much a shortcut to connect in with your guides and beings of any other ETs, dragons, wherever you can connect in through light language. But the most powerful one that I feel is being used the most recently is it is a healing modality. It is a way to heal and clear energy, um, along with developing that connection with your clairs. And I always tell people that I've learned that intent is the biggest thing with light language. I can intend to have a transmission of love and light. I can intend to have transmissions and bring forth my guide like I did earlier and just let him be the channel through me. And it's all intent. It's what I we intend it to be.
It almost builds bridges for
Yes.
people to be able to see into new consciousness levels, and it actually helps us become more agile and
Yeah.
adaptable. And if we're some people are like, all hell is breaking loose in the world or whatever. But if we really are becoming a new race, if we really
Yeah.
are transforming, then this agility is very important and it can serve us,
Yeah.
because there's intelligence at every level that we connect to
Yes.
that will conserve us. So to me, I think that sounds very practically actually important.
Yeah.
If we're really opening in our multidimensional natures, if we're really wanting to be stepping into a new earth, if we're really wanting to be creating new systems, like this information and this way of connecting
Yeah.
can be very powerful, seems to me.
Definitely. Definitely. And like during my time before I was on a public platform, I still connected in with a lot of different people through this as well. And I feel that is also something that gets not taken for granted, but isn't as talked about. I activated and connected in with people that live directly on the other side of this planet.
A journey is afoot, okay? Um, uh, and they're what were they telling me? Okay, I'm ready now. What's going down? Okay, so they're asking me to take you or your dragon's hand, and they're gonna lead me into something, and I'm seeing the fire. I'm seeing the fire right now. And there's something for me that's always been a little hesitation with vocalizing some of these light languages and these different things. And so there's something here waiting for me. And I am just going to sit here and I'm taking your hand and we're going to be doing something. And people may not understand what's happening for a few minutes here, but we can explain later if that's how it is. Okay. And if all of you are listening or watching, just take 3 deep breaths and you can reach into what's happening here and start opening your vision. And you can simply ask your guides or whoever you're with or your higher self to assist you in you seeing what is pertinent to you. That's what's important. What's pertinent to you. So here we go. I'm going to offer my hand forward and my hand has been taken. Here we go.
Isi ai tu aniki popo yate. Sandi asi o tu yati atak iapa. Undi asi aliado. Sondu usu uliati. Samba ba ia no iti. Sidik ia papa oya wahayati. Wawa ia na isi alitu. Tutedik iapa. Sondo su i. Tandi ati oto. Papa ani adi. Suk oleti aliti. Iada. Sondo su. Suti isi iti ali. Alidik iapo. Baba ani adi. No usu udi ali. Ando. Di alidik oali. Maba ani atai. Si itu su. Si ika e papa uia tu. Sandi isi ia le tu uana ipa. Papa uia. Sandi ali tu su. Sidik ia maioe. Wawa ani isi abu o. Tuto ia nai. Patiku soto i. Fote nai.
Wow.
Soto te taito. Titik ia pa. Papa oewe. Sambu pa iono. Tandi tiana alioto. Sundi api aki. Tailiato sundu uti.
At the end, I'm left with seeing this image of these feathers and like a head that's on fire, like it's a flame. That was a journey. That was a journey.
Yes. What you were seeing was that is a phoenix.
Yeah.
And phoenix are normally interpreted by us as being a bird. A bird that can rise from its ashes. Phoenixes, I've learned, are part dragon. They align with the dragons. They are one. A lot of dragons are depicted as very scaly, just scales, very much a lizard almost in that form. But a lot of them had feathers, had fur, all in between they connect in with. And a phoenix, I felt, came through because this is a lot of people's rebirth in a way and aligning even further into themselves, that connection. And it took us on a journey. These are all the people that are going through rebirths right now. That's why there's a lot of the fires, a lot of the signs of light.
Wow. I'm like being pulled back. Wow. The visuals on that were so beautiful.
I always say, because during my readings or when I do stuff like this, I always say, I wish there was some kind of technology that can show people what you see.
Can translate it so visually, like they can see. Yeah.
I've seen vivid pictures of each place, and I just wish I can it's like a picture. They say a picture's worth 1,000 words, and a
Yeah.
video is worth 1,000 pictures or whatever.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. These vivid images can't really be duplicated in any way unless you connect in with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we channel, you guys.
That's part of the reason, definitely.
Yeah, it's part of the reason, but it's like, how can you speak about a whole new world with just words? You cannot. You just get to enter into it, right?
Yeah, it's also funny. In the beginning, I have a guide named Eric. He's my first ever guide I have. It's a big part of my group and everything, but he likes to joke around a lot of the times. He put Aladdin in there when we felt like we were flying, and he said a whole new world. He played that. He likes playing movies and music.
Yeah.
And since I'm very visual in what I see, and
Mhm.
I can hear a lot as well, he'll play clips of movies and that symbolize what is going on and kind of energetically align with the message similarly.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, that
I'm still like, it almost kind of envision like, this visual you're talking about, all the fires, and suddenly I'm like, holy shit,
yeah.
all the fires. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like throughout the whole, the landscape. And it's interesting too, because I'm still seeing it from a view above in
Yeah. The dragons.
So it's really, really interesting. One of the visuals that came to me was that I was holding my hand out, and my hand literally lit on fire. Like it became the fire too. And it came into this image. There were so many images.
Yeah.
But one of them that I came into it was almost this expression of a dragon in a city.
Yeah.
It was like a dragon in a city, and it was like, oh, and it had a long neck, and it's like almost like a dinosaur, and essence, this feeling, and it's like it's being attacked, like it's being cut off, and like this whole transformation of it's almost like you have to, for me, I have to overcome this fear of being destroyed by the true expression, right?
Yes.
In order to then and have it washed clean, because then came all this, from the deep in the deep in the whatever. I say deep from the earth, but I don't know if that really is it, but it was just this molten water and this stuff that was coming through and just, and then that's when the phoenix was able to rise, right? I was surprised with what came out of it, because I'm expecting a quote unquote dragon of the traditional sense, and was coming up. I'm like, oh my God, you've got wings and you're like a bird,
Yeah.
And so it was really, really cool. I love that.
That is, yeah. The dragons go through their kind of shedding process in many different ways. They go through kind of how a lot of reptiles shed their skin, or they have to during times. They go through those processes of rebirth, as so do us. And they're really powerful in the aspects of empowering and helping people with their transitions in many different ways. Our transition can be in our 3D and spiritual life. And I always say they mirror each other, because I go through stuff in my regular 3D life, and at the same time, I'm going through it in my spiritual life. They mirror each other.
Yeah.
At least that's how I interpret it. And it makes it easier for me to go through this. But during all of that, I feel they are very much showcasing how if you align and you allow yourself to be on this journey, you will see the ups and downs, but at the end of the day, you can have the renewal of energy in these rebirth. that is going on.
Okay. We don't have to fight the rebirth.
No.
Because it's a renewal of our energy.
Yes.
And so a lot of people, okay, tip of the day, everyone. New way of looking at something, new outlook. Many of us, there's so much shifting and changing, and we'll feel ourselves resist. But it's like, if we jump forward into it and feel it, that's where our renewal is.
Yeah.
That's where the new energy is.
Definitely.
I love that.
Remember when I receive energy, receive coding, or have to go through a release, like today, it's a full moon, so I'm receiving a lot of energy. But I feel a lot of times when I know what it is, or I just allow it, take that step, it just really kind of settles down. I am kind of accepting of it, and it doesn't become much of an issue at all, because it is a part of me rather than something I'm fighting away. They're here to help bring forth a rebirth and renewal of people's energy, because we have to release the old to bring in the new. And sometimes that's daily, sometimes that's a huge rebirth like it is right now. I feel a lot of people are destined to be rebirthed into a newer form of themselves, not something completely different. It is a new form of yourself. It's a rebirth.
A new form of ourselves. And that means, really, it can mean so much.
Yeah.
It's not just a new outlook. It's not just it's a new form of me.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. I get to be that one.
Yes.
The new form of Gwen right here, right now. And she gets to talk in a minute, but I am feeling the council again. And I think I'm going to leave with something coming through me because something wants to. So that's just what it is. All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a little drink of water and let's see what comes through, because this feels new to me, and it does feel like it's a new me. Okay. Yeah. It does feel, and it is the crystal feel. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I'm nervous because there is a language involved in it, but it's like my mouth isn't used to the tongue.
Very, very, very normal. I have a lot of times when I activate others, I slowly try to incorporate their light language, their soul language. And the biggest part is getting more of the pronunciation of the language down. And then you get into allowing it to fully come through all the way. But once you get activated, it becomes a lot easier. But I had a lot of moments of where I calibrate, where I feel like my tongue's getting twisted half the time.
Yeah. It's like I know it's like, how do I work this kind of a thing? So that's really interesting. Yeah. So in time, I feel like it will come through, and I feel it's beautiful. It's a beautiful language. I feel it. It's so beautiful.
Definitely.
So I'm like, I want to hear myself, in this language, but let's see if I can translate what's happening here for everyone and all. Oh, all right. Yes, Gwen. Be at peace. Know that you are well and good here in a new transition of experience. You see into yourself now in a new way, with golden wings upon your head, and you as a vision of yourself, a clear, clean, we would say orb that represents your face. But we say this in a way for you to understand that who you now in your vision, you are of the heavens, and you see what many do not see. And so we say to you, do not be afraid of if those do not if there are those who do not understand, you will find the language that works for you, and it will be transmuted in a way that is beyond their mind, but is their mind. For people say that their mind is within the brain of the human body, but it is much larger than that. It is more than that. We are more than what we seem to be. And so simply, we are igniting new ways of connection for the human to expand into. This is a way we can say this. And you are entering into a new world. It is fantastical. And you see in a new lens, in a new way. And we invite you to sit here and be here with this new lens, this new view from these clouds, and to ask to be taught. To ask to be taught. And as you do so, you will see into yourself. You will see into yourself as a whole new body and a whole new system. Even as you are doing so right now, you're looking down into your body as a whole new system, dynamic and bright. And so we leave this with you, this excitement and love for this new system, which is connected to your body, and you need not fear that you will lose it in any way, for this is you. This is simply a part of you, which now you have uncovered. Yes, you have uncovered yourself, just as the phoenix's feathers and its body is transformed, it burns, and then it rises from it. It is simply removing a cloak. And so many of you here may look at it this way. You are removing a cloak which you decided to wear. And so we are here encouraging you all to expand your awareness in these ways and to be humble as you do so, asking for the purification needed for this alignment to be true and good. There are many here around, all who are listening in love. Every one of you have those personages, those entities that are here in support of you. Reach out and trust and feel into the love, that comfort that is there as you transition into the many new yous. These many new yous are simply new forms of your expression and your ways of finding new ways to express yourself as love. This is an infinite journey, and we celebrate together. We honor those of this fire nation here. There are many beyond what is seen as the dragons that are also included in this fire nation. Gwen knows many of them. Gwen is connected to many of them. And we yell in a celebration and say, aho. And so we just simply recognize you all who are here in connection and love, in the oneness of all that are and all that is. Yes, we are one. And so we all walk forward together, hand in hand. And do we not see that this is a journey of love? Why, yes. If we hold each other's hands and we look across this vast view, we are simply flying in a sea of love and inviting in a most excellent view. We leave this in love and light. And we now end this transmission. Right. So that's a new voice. but it feels very much Gwen.
Yeah.
It feels Gwen. It's interesting. So that was cool.
Definitely.
Well, there we go. Are any last parting words that you want to leave with us, Seth? And also just let us know how we can find you, because that's important.
The dragons are happy to be a part of each and every one of your journey. They are, if you don't feel like you have a dragon guide, you definitely do. They are some of the most prominent, most powerful beings that are here to help shape the universe. And they are here for your highest good. It is more so allowing and connecting in with them, here for the renewal and the rebirth by light. With all love and light, they are here.
Yes.
Sandisu.
Yes, yes, yes.